What is up, everyone? Madden 21 is finally out. It's been 13 months of Madden 20, and I'm pretty sure none of us has wanted to play it for any longer. Um, and in this episode, Madden 21, it's the first Madden 21 video. I'm excited. I'm so excited. It will be the announcement of my new franchise team. So last year I did the Broncos. I did good early in the year for the most part. I got like 60 episodes deep. But then I just got overwhelmed with stuff that happened personally in my life. So we're gonna be starting a new franchise, and this time in Madden 21, we're going to be a team that's I kind of gave it a bunch of thought. There's a lot of good teams. I mean, the Rams, their cap situation. The Washington football team is another one. My favorite team, the Bears, was a thought. They have a lot of issues, but a lot of good stuff about the team. This team, I think, is going to be not easy, not super hard. It's not a full-on rebuild, but there's a lot of older players that that have expiring contracts coming up, and a lot of older players that might retire that are some of their best players. They have arguably the best receiver in the league. In my opinion, he is the best receiver in the league. Former MVP at quarterback. And that is going to be the Atlanta Falcons. I don't want to be a team like the Giants that I feel like a lot of people would use. The Jaguars would be, the Jets, the Lions, the Washington football team I feel like a lot of people would use. The Buccaneers I feel like a lot of people would use as well. You got Tom Brady and Gronk. And they're older and everything. And the Dolphins would be another team that I feel a lot of people would use as well. Let's go ahead with the Falcons. Preseason. We're going to be a coach. And I'm going to be strategist. Go Trevor John as my name. That works. I'm very muscular. Oh, purple skin tone 2. Oh, pasty. You know, that's fine there. Kind of like that. Alright, offensively, Dan Quinn. Defensively, Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn's not even a good coach, in my opinion. He just kind of, I don't know. To me, he's not very good. League type, all, instant starter, trade deadline. The other crap, superstars. I'm still debating to play with superstars or not. Superstar abilities or not. I'm not quite sure yet. Pre-existing injuries will be on. Tutorial pop-ups off. So let's start. Let's get into this. So the Falcons were established 1965. And since then, they've only had 2 Super Bowl appearances. One was a blowout loss to the Broncos, and the other was the 28-3 meltdown they had against the Patriots. Team has 8 Hall of Famers. Matt Ryan will most likely be one, along with Julio Jones. I think Julio Jones is definitely a lock to be a Hall of Famer at this point. They also signed Todd Gurley in free agency. Edo Smith is a very good running back. Brian Hill's on a contract year, so I don't know if we're going to end up bringing him back, but he's a good speed power kind of a guy. We have Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, and Laquan Treadwell. Other than that, even actually after the first 2 starters, there's really not a whole lot there. That end, they traded a 2nd round pick, I believe, for Hayden Hurst from the Ravens, a 27-year-old tight end. He was drafted at 25 years old. Left tackle is Jake Matthews. Left guard is going to be, I think it will be Chris Lindstrom, actually. Alex Mack at center, because at right guard, I think Matt Hennessy is going to play. This was a 3rd round pick, number 78 overall. And I thought he was one of the better interior offensive linemen in the class. I mean, you have Cesar Ruiz and Hennessy and Lloyd Cushenberry. I think those are 3 of the better ones. Dante Fowler came over from was it the Rams? I think it was the Rams. He's 26 years old. We'll see what he can do here. He's on a big contract, so Tech McKinley, I don't know if they took his 5th-year option or if they accepted it or not, but if not, he's going to be a free agent at the end of the year. But if he is, we have him for 2 more years. Defensively, Grady Jarrett, one of the better, interior pass rushing linemen in the league. They also drafted Marlon Davidson here out of Auburn. He's definitely going to be the number 2, and then Tyler Davison is the number 3. But I want to get Marlon Davidson some snaps and get him developed. Outside linebacker, we have Foyesid Oluokun. He is a very fast, very good in coverage. Okay, not very good, but he's good in coverage. Decent tackler, good hit power. He's a very fast player. Deion Jones, one of the best inside linebackers in the league. And they have Leroy Reynolds at outside linebacker, but I think I'm actually going to play McCall Walker. Michael? I'm going to call him McCall for now. Good speed, good tackle, good hit power. Not very good in zone whatsoever. It's more of a pass rusher right now, but I think he can be a decent outside linebacker. He has good height and speed for it, so. And with their 1st overall pick, 16th overall, I believe they took AJ Terrell out of, why was I thinking Ohio State? Out of Clemson. Many people think it was a reach. Kind of agree with them there almost. So AJ Terrell, Isaiah Oliver, and Kendall Sheffield will be the nickel cornerback. So I like these 2 guys on the outer. They're both, 6 foot and 6'1", so they're both pretty good corners, height-wise and weight-wise. So Kendall Sheffield's 5'10". He's a little shiftier, a little smaller. He'll play the slot. We have DeMonte Casey. He had a breakout year a couple years ago, leading the league in interceptions. We have Ricardo Allen, but I don't think he's going to be on the team for much longer, as Keanu Neal is a free agent at the end of the year, and he's a very good safety. He's not the greatest in coverage, but 81 zone is not bad at all. He has 94 hit power, so expect a lot of hit sticks from Keanu Neal. Also, let me highlight quickly that they drafted Jalen Hawkins here. This was their 2nd 4th round pick. McCall Walker was the other one. And I think he could develop into something good, I think. But I don't know if it'll happen. And their final pick in the draft was in the 7th round, Sterling Hoffrichter. He's honestly a good punter. 93 kick power, 75 accuracy, 74 speed isn't the greatest, but it doesn't matter. And then we have, I don't know how you say his name, but I'm just going to call him Young Hoku for now. And then I'll deal with the kick returner and all this other stuff later, but that's pretty much the team. So like I said, this team is not bad. This team is definitely not bad. But with players like Julio Jones, Matt Ryan's 35, Alex Mack is 34, Julio Jones is 31, Alan Bailey is 31, Darqueze Dennard's 28, Jake Matthews is 28, Ricardo Allen's 28, Grady Jarrett is 27, DeMonte Casey's 27, Aiden Hurst is 27. Those are some older players, and they're key players as well. Our highest overall player is going to be Julio Jones, I believe, at a 96 overall. I think he should be the highest overall receiver in the game. I think he's definitely the best receiver. But he's very good. He's going to be fun to play with, and I think that he'll bail us out on some deep passes as well. Grady Jarrett is very good. 27 years old again. Older, their top 4 players are all going to be either probably leaving their prime at this point. Grady Jarrett is awesome, and 27 isn't too old, but it's to the point where regression is going to just take him down. Todd Gurley's 26. He has some injury problems. Hopefully his knee is okay. I think he's still a good running back. I think he can still be good for us. After that, Deion Jones, Ken O'Neal. I like Calvin Ridley. He hasn't really lived up to what I was hoping he would be. Another receiver out of Alabama. I thought he was going to be kind of in the Mari Cooper range, but he hasn't really lived up to that as well. Ken O'Neal is very good. Like I said, Ricardo Allen. Actually, what I'm going to do with Ricardo Allen, I'm going to add him to the trade block. He's just older. I don't feel like he has a huge fit on this team. Same with Daquiz Denard. I don't know if we'll get anything for any of these players. If not, worst case scenario, we cut them at the end of the season or even preseason. Like I said, they drafted AJ Terrell, 70 overall. He has normal development, which hopefully we can get up, and that sucks he has normal development. But another good thing to come out of this draft was Marlon Davidson, 71 overall, who has hidden development. So hopefully we can develop him at a decent rate here. Decent strength and speed for a defensive tackle, and good power move and block shed. So I think he'll definitely be very good. Going over to salaries. We have a couple players. We have a lot of players, actually. I believe it's 32 in total that are expiring free agents. There is a lot. Alex Mack, Ken O'Neal, Tack McKinley, Todd Gurley, DeMonte Casey, and Brian Hill are all expiring contracts. So we're going to have to make a huge decision on Todd Gurley, and we'll see if Alex Mack retires by the end of the year. Daquiz Denard is another one, but I don't think he's that great. DeMonte Casey, he's getting older, like I said. And actually, Tack McKinley, they didn't pick up his fifth-year option, so he will be a free agent, depending on how much money he would like going into next year. So there's a good amount of free agents here, and I don't want to sign a lot of players. But there's a couple players I think can help us in the long run. So I'm going to sign Paul Richardson here. He is good route runner, decent route runner, good hands, good speed, 6 foot. He's 28, so probably not going to be much by the end of the year. He will definitely probably be our slot receiver, I would say. We're also going to sign Seth the Valve. We have no one after Hayden Hurst, so we need someone there. Let's just put it that way. We're also going to sign Darren Lee. He's not good in coverage whatsoever, but he's a good tackler, and he's a very rangy player. I think he'll be a good fit. And the last player we're going to sign is going to be Nick Nelson. I don't know if I would rather run man-to-man with this team than zone, but we will find out in the preseason, and we will sign him to a one-year contract as well. And actually, we might need some more depth at safety as well. Monte Nicholson is going to be signed. I like a rangy safety with good zone coverage. So looking at our players we wanted to try to develop, Marlon Davidson, AJ Terrell, and Sterling Hoffrichter. I don't think the punter is going to be in there. I think Matt Hennessy is going to be in there. We can see these new Atlanta Falcons jerseys. Play action power O. Alright. Let's skip the tutorial because I don't need no drills. I don't need no tutorials. I kind of like these jerseys a little bit. I love the black and red color scheme. I just don't like the Atlanta lettering. That's kind of in the front on the chest. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh my, Matt Ryan, that was awful. Good throw. Hayden Hurst, Deion Jones in coverage. Not bad coverage, but it wasn't. If it was better coverage, it would have been incomplete. Let's just put it that way. Julio catches that. So now we have the defensive drills. Nice break up there. We just can't give up a first down. And we're good. Let's go. I'm getting hyped for no reason. Honestly, for no reason. We already have some players upgrade. Kendall Sheffield. You went to Ohio. Yeah, you did. Decent man, decent zone. Let's go slot, see what we can get out of there. That's 2 overall up, I believe. 1 man, 3 press, 1 zone. Okay. John Witzel. Let's go. Go pass protector. 1 overall, a bump. 1 pass block, 3 run block. Okay. Let's look at the team schedule though. Preseason, we have the Dolphins, Bills, Bengals, and Jaguars. So we get to see Tua, and we get to see Joe Burrow. Regular season, we start off at home against the Seahawks, go to the Cowboys, at home against my favorite team, the Bears, and then we go on the road again to the Packers. Okay, I was going to say, is this just road, home, road, home? We come back to play the Falcons. We are the Falcons. We come back to play the Panthers. We go back on the road to play the Vikings, come back to play the Lions, go on the road to play the Panthers, come back home to play the Broncos, go on the road to play the Saints for the first time, and then we stay home for the Raiders, stay home for the Saints, go to the Chargers, stay home for the Bucks, go to the Chiefs, go to the Bucks. So this, honestly, we played the Panthers early. By week 8, both of our games are done. And then we play the Saints 11 and 13, and then we play the Bucks 15 and 17 for our divisional games. That just seems kind of weird to me. Here's the trade block. If there's anyone on the block that I think, could help us out. Trey Cohen is an interesting one. Ooh, Sidney Jones is on the trade block. Emmanuel Mosley's on the trade block. He played very well in the playoffs. That works? Okay. Well, we made our first trade here. Daniel Buchanan and a 6-rounder for Sidney Jones. This has gone off longer than I thought. So we got more cornerback depth because it's not very good on this team, actually. Quiz Denard for a 5th-round pick. That does go through. We get rid of him. He's a non-needed player. Alrighty, to end this video off, this will be the team going into the preseason. Matt Ryan, of course, starting quarterback. Offensive line, I actually put Matt Hennessy at left guard instead of right guard and kept Lindstrom over there. Caleb McGarry, Hayden Hurst. Justin Val will be the number 2 tight end. Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Paul Richardson. Defensively, it is DeMonte Casey at free safety, Ken O'Neal, and everything else is the same except AJ Terrell is going to be the number 1 corner, Isaiah Oliver the number 2, Kendall Sheffield in the nickel, and then Sidney Jones will be the number 3. But Sheffield will be the main nickel corner, and then Nick Nelson behind him. Tech McKinley, Dante Fowler, the main edge rushers here in our base defense, and then Marlon Davidson, and Brady Jarrett here as well. Special teams, we have, of course, punter and kicker all the same. Edo Smith and Brian Hill are going to be returning kicks and punts. As our nickel corner, like I said, Kendall Sheffield with Nick Nelson behind him, just in case there needs to be 5 different corners that need to come on. 4. Dante Fowler, Tech McKinley as a rush defensive ends. Grady Jarrett as a rush D tackle. Deion Jones as the sub linebacker. Todd Gurley as both third down back and power halfback. And then Paul Richardson as a slot receiver. And I think I'm going to put Russell Gage as the number 2 slot. So yeah, that's all I got for you today. This went longer than I thought. I don't know what it's going to be edited down to, but stay tuned. Hopefully soon the preseason will come out. It's just going to be preseason highlights. If I played it, I probably most likely will, I think. At least beginning of the year, it would be nice. I haven't touched any sliders yet. I'm going to see what sliders we have. to deal with as well. I would like a slider set, but I can work on all Madden for the time being and adjust if I need to adjust. XP sliders, I think I can bump up a little bit, but not a whole lot. Probably to 125 in that area. I think it'd be perfectly fine to do that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Finally, no more Madden 20. We have Madden 21 now. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. Stay tuned for the preseason. And I'll see you guys in the next video.